Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm going to share my screen. We are going to get rocking and rolling. Okay. You present. Awesome. Well, JK. Okay. So for those of you who are brand new, because I have some new coaches on too, we always start with recognition because it's just great to see where your team is at, where you're at, and kind of just cheer each other on. We're a team. So this is always a we thing and it's never a me thing. So this is just really exciting. And maybe it's a way for you to check yourself, like gut check. It's the end of the month. Where are you at? And there's still time to hit those non-negotiables. Plenty of time. Okay, so I will kick it off with life's changed so far this month. There we go. Okay, so myself at the top with SE16, Sherry Ennis right there behind me with Success Club 14, Jennifer Price and Jen Francis, go Jens with Success Club 10, Sheena with Success Club 6, freaking awesome, Mary, Christina, Liesel, Ilana with Success Club 4, you guys, so close, Amber, Victoria, Kristen, Katie, Alyssa, Audra, and Heath. Oh, whoops, sorry, just kidding. Victoria, Kristen, Katie, and Alyssa with Success Club 2, and Audra and Heath with Success Club 1. And you guys, I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. I have hit Success Club the last hour of the last day of the month. Not ideal, not the best situation to be in. It is possible, so keep freaking pushing. You got this. And I'm going to pass it to Sherry.
All right, new coaches, guys, this is how you push your business forward. You need to be bringing on new coaches every single month, whether those are discount coaches, hobby coaches who enjoy the products and kind of do a little bit of sharing, or runners, like honest business builders. So Victoria, way to go. Amber, I see you, girl. And Jen and myself, let's go. That's one new coach. And I did over the last 2 weeks. Obviously, we've had MBF. There's still time to get people in on this. I know customer launches tomorrow for MBF. I'm going to still enroll people as a discount coach because I want them to be in it with me for 60 days or for the 2 periods of the workout. And they're going to save the most money. So being a discount coach.
Okay. Sorry, I heard something in the background. I wasn't sure if you were talking still. You guys, actually, Jamie told me that tonight it's supposed to launch for customers, that she heard a little sneaky peeky message. So I don't know if she had a specific time. So if you're having people who are antsy and waiting for that, go take a look, see if it's available. Okay.
Oh, and just really quickly before we dive into that, because I know you have an amazing call set up for us, for all of my coaches, guys, our retreat is in September. I just wanted to give you a quick little sneak peek. I don't know if you could actually see it because the screen is shared, but if you can see me in this, basically this view behind me, and we've got all these mountains everywhere, all around. I can't wait to invite you guys here for the Team Becoming More leadership retreat at the end of September. There's still time to qualify, and super excited to invite you guys to this very special place that I love. So with that, I cannot wait to hear from Sarah.
Yeah, so ours is September 18th through the 20th.
And ours is the next weekend.
Oh my gosh, so fun. That's so exciting. I love it. Retreats are the best. So
they
fun.
Really are.
Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. Actually, no, I'm not. I will leave it on the first group. So I'm going to be going through, I have a couple of my groups open because you guys, this call, I kind of talked to Sherry and I was like, what do you think, your girls need, and combining with maybe what could my girls need as well. And, she was telling me about, like, what do you do for your free groups? Like, how do you bring like excitement and joy and fun to your groups, and going from that free group into the challenge group. And so I have all of my notes. And when she first said that, I was like, I don't know if I really have anything super special. But when you've been in this business for a hot second, you'll come to find that the knowledge that you've learned maybe at the very beginning and just how you grow, it might not seem super significant to you, but you're going to learn that you have so much to offer. You know, once you start learning and growing, you're going to come up with your own little systems and things that you're going to be able to share to your teams one day. So it's just always a really cool feeling just to be able to pass something on that maybe is going to help someone in their business more than you know. So if I look down, I just have all my notes. So how to get people excited. Talk about it. Talk about what you're going to be doing everywhere. Blow it up. If you're excited about it, you should just naturally be sharing that. And how? Through your stories, through your posts. The week before anything, usually the week before a free group starts, I am inviting Monday, Wednesday, Friday. There is either a poll invite, or I put a little question box, or a little slider. You guys, Instagram stories has so many super cool, very private features that people can reach out to you without being like, me, I need help. Like, I need help. Normally people don't really love doing that. Like, you know, comment on my post or send me a DM. Some people will, you guys, you're going to come to find that some people are just, they're going to approach you straight up, straightforward, and you're going to be like, yes, let's do this. But a lot of people are nervous and they have objections and they're not sure. So use those features. They're really fun, and it makes it so much easier for you to just go back and you have people to go talk to, or even people who saw that story. Even if they didn't vote, their eyeballs were on it. They watched it. I know that they know what's up. So I'm going to talk to them and invite them. And yes or no, that's okay. Still going to reach out. So you need to be excited about it. Like I said, breadcrumbing in your stories, breadcrumbing in your posts. Breadcrumbing is, you know, not a full call to action like a, you know, join me, vote, message. It's just a little something. Like, talk about it. Talk about why you're excited about it. Why are you excited about MBF? Because I personally love muscle. When I see my tricep like bumping in my stories, I'm like, yes, like that gets me excited. So you got to rewind. You got to go back and think like your client and your customer. Why were you needing this, and what made you excited? And maybe it was losing weight. Maybe that is the main focus and that's what gets you excited. That's okay. Talk about how that's your goal. Like, you are really looking to shred, you know, that extra layer. But that's just an example for me. Like, I freaking want to build muscle. I want to get jacked. Who wants to join me? Like, it's still summertime. So you guys, give people that sneak peek. Give them that FOMO. People want to do what you're doing because you're so excited about it, and you're like building up to this point of like, okay, it's time, like freaking join me. And they're like, okay, already. Okay, I'm going to do it with you because it sounds so much fun. And we know it is. So like I said, I invite through my stories for free groups, not necessarily on like every Monday, Wednesday, Friday post, but I'm all up in my stories. I think that stories are a really great place to invite to free groups. And free groups are a safe place. They don't have to commit to anything. They don't have to pay for anything, but yet it's the perfect place to bash all of those objections because they're going to get a really good taste for what our big groups are all about. You know, it's giving them that preview so that they can decide like, okay, this was fun. This actually felt like a community. Like, I had some resources to get me started. Like, I need more of this. Like, I can't say no because like, I don't want this to end this past whatever, how long it is, 3 days or 5 days. They don't want to leave you. So, and then the last Sunday, like, it's going to start Monday. I still do a last call. Like, it's Sunday and I might be going to bed and I'm like, girl, you can still join me. I'm about to go to bed and it's 10 p.m., but vote here and I will send you the link. It's going to take you 2 seconds to join. So don't ever think that it's too late to ask on the last day, because you're going to have stragglers and you're going to have people that are going to pull the trigger last minute, always, no matter what. So here's how I come up with my free group. So here's one example. This was right after the 4th of July, because I want to do things that I'm excited about too. I'm going to be running these groups with my girls. Am I going to want to be bored? Does this even help me too? Like, you have to remember that like, this is a journey that you're going on too. So what are your biggest struggles? What's something that you're needing to kind of get back into that you need a little bit of extra help with? So this one was a mini summer detox. Right after the 4th of July, I was like, I know I'm going to have some drinks. I know I'm going to eat all the things. Like, I live my life. and I'm not going to pretend like I don't. Like I eat, I'm going to eat what I like during the holidays because I eat everything else that's good for me around the holidays. But anyways, I was like, okay, I know there's going to be people out there who are going to be feeling foggy and feeling like crap and hungover and going to need like a little mini restart. So we came up with this group. I'll kind of scroll through it. I just called it, like I said, I believe this was a 5-day group, and I ran it with a few of my girls, which is the best suggestion I can do, you guys. Like, work together. Like, we are better together. So it takes a lot of the stress off of you. It doesn't have to be someone even on your team necessarily. I think it's kind of fun to like join forces with other coaches that are under like, our big mama coach. I joined forces with some girls and learned some really cool things and gotten outside of my comfort zone. So we gave like daily tips. We talked about healthier sugars because sugar is a really big issue, inflammation, staying accountable. We all showed up and posted our workouts, things that you guys do in all of your, that you have seen in other challenge groups if you haven't run your own. We did personal development. That is something that a lot of people do not get, you guys, and that they push off and they really don't realize it's a bigger part of the puzzle. It really is. And we posted it, 5 a.m. We posted that first thing in the morning. Schedule your post, you guys. If you don't know how to do that, Google it. It's so easy, but it's easy to forget too. And that's a big part of a free group is showing up. Because if you can't show up in a free group and, you're, oh, sorry guys, my post was 3 hours late, or, someone forgets to schedule a whole entire day and you come into the group and you're like, where is the day? All the people in that group were like, okay, it's only been 3 days. And like this group, there's nothing here. Like, is this what's going to happen in like the bigger group? So if you're running it with people, if you're running it by yourself, just schedule it out. I love using Google Docs. It's free. You just go to your, I don't know if there's like a faster way to get to it, but I go to my Gmail and there's like a little white Rubik's Cube, click it and go to Drive, and you can literally just type out all of your posts, insert the pictures. And so when you go make the group, or if you want to share it with your team, it's all copy and paste. You can download it and share it as, a file or as a document, whatever in your group, so that you have that resource in turn to pay forward. So here's another tip. So we just did tips each day. We did personal development, things that I knew that I needed on a regular basis, that someone these are people who are usually super new to their journey and didn't even realize, like we were listening to Rachel Hollis a lot and people were like, wow, like I'm really loving this. And we're like, yeah, she's amazing. This was another good one. And then we gave recipes. Oh, who's that right there? Sarah's showing up. And you guys just showing up yourself. Even if you're the only freaking one, show up like a boss in your groups. Free group, challenge group, I don't care what it is, because some are going to be quiet. Some aren't going to be super loud, but you need to be loud. And every single one of them, you need to be the leader. All right. So like I said, this was just one of them. Tips each day, personal development early. We gave them, let me go down here. I believe we gave them I made this on Canva, you guys. So I have run some free groups 2 different ways in terms of workouts. So sometimes I get them signed up with a free 14-day trial. I run groups like that. And sometimes I don't, because I don't know, I kind of like to test the water. Sometimes people are like, yeah, I'll sign up for the 2-week free trial. And sometimes people are super weird about it. And they're like, I'm going to forget to cancel. And then they're going to charge me. And I wanted to just make this really, really easy, but I wanted to still give them a taste of our trainers and of what Beachbody has to offer. So I just YouTubed it up. And I went with Autumn. I was like, I'm going to give them a taste of Autumn because she's kicking my butt right now. And I want them to feel this with me. So I just set up a workout schedule. These are 10 to 15 minute workouts. Again, any beginner can say, okay, I have 15 minutes. This is really doable. And if you guys want any of these things, message me afterwards. I can share the Google Doc and I can share this visual or anything. So a lot of people seem to enjoy this, and it was just really, it was so easy. Like I said, 10 to 15 minutes. So I gave them something short. And especially, like I said, this was after 4th of July. So I was like, I don't know if I want to overwhelm them with a 30-minute workout. Let's just keep it easy and give them a really good taste. And I went live and I just talked about, what can you expect? That's a really cool thing to do in any group that you run. Let them know beforehand, hey, here's my expectations. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what you're going to get. And here's what we're going to do together. So that was one group. And then another group, I'm a snacker, you guys. Like, comment in the chat, like, who loves to snack? Like, yes, snacks all day, every day, all the sugar. And I was like, you know what? This is getting out of control. I don't know when exactly I ran this group. Let's see, May. COVID. I was like, this is getting out of control. Like, I'm hearing from so many people that this is what they need too. So we just did a group and we called it Snacking Smart, and we did recipes. We did check-ins. You guys, this was something I needed. So I was just like, this is going to be easy for me to pour into because I need this, and I'm hearing that other people need this. So again, we did different tips of the day. We did really easy recipes, like these little, I think these were like little Shaco balls. Telling them, eat every 2 to 3 hours, more recipes. We talked about prepping your fruits and vegetables. Right here, yep, having things accessible, just really easy things. And people love free recipes, you guys. People appreciate value so much. So when you're running these free groups, like, chock them full of value. What were things you needed when you first started? Every person I sign up, 90% of the time, I struggle with eating, like, I need new recipes. And even though they have Fixate, they still say that. So it's just nice to plug in those recipes, even if they're from Fixate and you have to put them in front of their face and they're like, oh my gosh, where's that from? It's from where I've been telling you it's from the whole time. But they're like, okay, I'm going to go look now. I'm like, thank you. Awesome. You're going to love it. Again, telling our girls, like, show up, share your picture. Sometimes we do fun prizes, like really simple prizes, like a sample of Energize. I don't even say what the prize is. Sometimes it's a $5 Starbucks card. Sometimes it's like a water bottle decal. We did drinking water. So it's very basic, you guys, but it's just creating a group full of value, easily accessible value that's not overwhelming them and that excites me. Okay, let me look through my notes. At the very end of your free group, you guys, go live. Go live and tell them what's next. And you should be messaging them during this group. Like, message them, ask them how things are going. How are they liking it? Like, be a real person and talk to them. Like, don't just like let them go through the whole entire group and at the end be like, okay, what were your thoughts? And they're going to be like, oh, I didn't even show up. I kind of totally forgot about the group. I forgot I was in there. And then you're like, ugh. Well, it's kind of on us. We invited them. It's like when you invite someone to a party and you let them stand in the corner and you ignore them. Like, rude. So message them a few times during the group and just see how they're doing. And maybe they are too busy and maybe they don't even do it, but at least you did your job and you checked in on them. And maybe it's going to be a great reminder for them to be like, oh yeah, I actually forgot, but thank you because I really do need this. Because people get busy. It's not that people are trying to be rude all the time, you guys. People get busy and they freaking forget. They just do. Okay, and then transitioning to a challenge group. This is an option and you don't have to do it, but go live, talk to them about what's next. Obviously, like we had MBF coming up and I just told my girls, I was like, I'm doing a Snoop group. I'm pumped about this. Add anyone you freaking want to. Just because I had a lot of girls that were on the fence and they were like, well, what do I get? I'm not really sure. And I was like, okay, I hear you. So this is what I'm going to do. You guys, you really got to listen sometimes, even though it's an extra step and it might take you like 30 to 40 minutes to pull some of this together. If you're hearing it enough, like, don't ignore that. Like, we're here to listen. Like, this is social media. When your people are like, I need this, help me. I need this. Like, I'm interested, but I need X, Y, and Z still. You got it, girl. Like, let me pull something together. So I did an MBF/MBFA Snoop group and it was a really great group and I didn't do anything crazy. I went live a few times. I just told them, I showed them physically, like, this is exactly what you're getting. And then this was obviously this is the end of the group because it's at the top, but we did bundles. I showed them, I dove into nutrition because obviously, like, that's a huge change for us and people struggle with that the most. So I was like, they need to obviously know the value of what they're getting. Like, this is insane. They're getting those 2 programs for free, you guys. It's nuts. Like, you should be blowing that up. That's people's biggest struggles and they're getting 2 options to help them. So maybe if one doesn't really work or stick, like, they can bounce and try the other one and it's right there. I talked about the program, like I talked about, how it's going to work from Monday to Sunday, the different types of workouts, how long they are. And then I couldn't find this video anywhere, So I screen recorded it. It was the very first training. It was part 1 training. Part 2 was on YouTube. And I was like, dang it. So I just screen recorded it. It's literally her telling them exactly what's going to happen and how it works. So, when they get to see the trainer, they get to hear her. It is her passion and her background. I did a couple of transformations. Like, you guys, this did not take me long at all. Like, I Googled everything, like MBF transformations, or you can go to like our Coach Online office, and there's tons of resources there. So just remember, there's YouTube, there's Google, there's our Coach Online office. Like, I did not come up with any of this by myself, besides I went live a few times, you guys. That's it. Oh, and I made a Canva cover photo that took me 5 minutes. Like, that's it. So if your audience is screaming at you for something and you don't really know how, maybe if you don't know how to do everything, like, reach out to your coach or another coach. Like, hey, my people want this. Do you want to do this with me? Ask. Let's see. So I don't do this every time, you guys, but obviously, like, MBF is huge. Like, every new program is super exciting and new, but I was like, this is special. Like, this is big. So many people are like asking me a million questions. Like, I can just feel it. Like, I was putting out that this is coming, and I had so much coming back that I knew that I just needed to just lay it all out. But you don't have to do this. This is an extra. So if you're hearing from your people that they need, maybe like you're hearing multiple times, just like join forces with a couple people and split it. And it's not going to take you long at all. And so many girls signed up from this because I had a group to just throw them in and say, okay, there's only a couple lives and they're not that long. Everything's in there. Let me know what you think, instead of me, having to have a, I don't know, 15, 20-minute conversation. They just can come back and be like, okay, like, I'm ready. I got the info. Let's go. Sweet. Right? It takes an extra step out. Okay. So now they've been in your free group. They've felt the community. They've seen, that there's so much value that you really are going to pour into them with the meal plans and the tips and the fun little mini challenges, and you just being there for them. That's the most important part, you guys. People are wanting to join because of you and the excitement and the joy that you put out. You're their accountability. You're their go-to, their number one. That's why they're going to want to sign up with you. So be that for them right off of the bat. Okay, so challenge groups. So again, you guys, what sounds fun to you? If it doesn't sound fun, don't do it. Your people are going to get bored, and they're not going to post, and they're not going to show up, and it's going to feel discouraging. And then starts a downward spiral of, I don't think I can do this. I suck. Like, why did I even sign up to be a coach? Like, no, it's a fail forward, you guys. Like, I wasn't like super cool or amazing at challenge groups. And I don't even think I'm amazing at challenge groups now. I'm actually going to show you one of my coaches groups in a few minutes. Jennifer, her challenge group is lit. And I'm like super jealous. I'm like, can I be a part of your group? But it makes me want to step it up and like change a few things, because I'm like, what she's doing is so much fun. Like, I would love that. I need to bring some more of that to my people. So anyways, our month for this month that's wrapping up is, we called it Growth Nation. And I saw another coach do this. So this isn't even like my own super crazy individual idea. I took what she had talked about, and Jennifer made this picture. I'm not taking credit for any of that. So I'm going to show you. We based it off of the game board called, Candyland. So she made this, and we just kind of talked about what we wanted each like spot to be. So basically, and there's not an exact amount of squares, but we're like, oh, this will be fun. Like, 10 workouts, they're 10 Shakos, self-care, energize. And we said if they didn't have energize, like, we're like, hydrate or whatever, take a shot of water. It's fine. I know everyone doesn't buy that, which is cool. And then personal development, we knew we wanted to incorporate that as well. So as they're working through this, they're putting little marks or X's, either with like, their phone, editing it or whatever. At the very end, we're doing a giveaway. We're doing some like MBF decals. So nothing crazy, but it's super fun because I want to have fun. I don't want to get bored in my own group, because if I'm bored, they're bored. And that's not fun to me. Like, I signed up for this. I knew I was going to have to work, but I want to have fun while I'm doing this. And this still is my journey. This still is your journey. So if you're bored, they're bored. Always try to remind yourself that. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the, the Mompreneur, but this isn't something you have to invest in, you guys. This is my 4th year, and just this past spring I invested. It's like $22 a month, but basically you get like a whole outline for a challenge group. You get weekly sample meal plans and like a bazillion other things. You don't need this. I've been successful prior to doing that, but once you get to the point where you can put in a little more and maybe you're there, I think it's totally worth it. It takes a lot of the extra work out of the mix. I'm a super busy mom, even though I, work from home. It's crazy. So that's what we're doing this month. And I have been doing this lately in all of my groups. So this is a weekly check-in thread. I was doing daily check-in threads, and for my group and my girls personally, it was getting really messy. It was like, where's the Monday check-in? Because I'm a day behind and I want to go post. And then there's Tuesday and then there's this. And it just got really messy and really crazy. So I was like, okay, let's simplify this. And so now we do a weekly check-in thread. I just change these along with my team. They have the Canva link to this, so they can go in and they can go change these and they can make them their own fun things. So when it's their week, they go in, change the colors, change the words, and then they post it. So it just makes it really easy just to have one thread for the week that we can scroll in, and that I can go back in, because I have several groups now. So it helps me stay organized too. Again, what's beneficial for your group, what's beneficial for you as a coach, so that you can really make sure you're not missing everybody and you can see everything. So this is what works best for me. And it's, like I said, it's easy for my team to duplicate. Then they can take this. They have the Canva editable link. They can take it. They can use it for their groups, because sharing is caring. Like, I'm not going to hide anything. I've given them a few of my free group outlines. I'm like, take this, use it. Like, when you're successful, we're successful. So like, if you guys have something in your groups that works, like, put that in your team page, share it. Maybe it's something super small, like a weekly check-in thread. Like, hey, this is working for me. Here's the link. You guys can make a copy, go edit it, like, use this for your groups. It's working great. So things that helped me to stay on track that I wanted to make sure to incorporate. Sample meal plans, even if it's just a recipe thread. I have an ongoing group, and right here pinned at the top, it says like recipes, share your favorites, and everyone shared like screenshots of recipes that they love. And so like, if I have someone new come in, I'm like, girl, like, go check out the recipe thread pinned right at the top of the page, because that's usually people's biggest struggles, right? So if people try something they love, I'm like, please share it. Like, odds are someone else is really gonna freaking love that too. Nightly check-ins, nutrition check-ins, extra incentives. I love prizes. Like, you tell me that there's a water bottle decal I can win, bring it. I'm going to freaking win the water bottle decal. So that's things that I like to do. Or headbands. I will trample you for the headband. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. I won't. Just virtually trample, not physically. Okay, so how to make it more organized. So I told you guys the weekly check-in threads, I think it's great. It's not messy. For me, it works best. Some people do it differently, and you got to do what works for you. Scheduling posts. It takes a second, but it just shows, again, it just shows that you're being professional, that you're going to show up, that you're not going to flake, that you're consistent. We like consistency. So do other people who are just starting their journey, and even people who aren't new to their journey. Like, they want to see the consistency. They know that, they want to know they know what's coming next for that upcoming week. So schedule them, show up, be the leader and the coach that you want. Again, I mentioned Mompreneur, Google Docs. You guys, Google Docs are just a lifesaver, especially when you're running a group, because you can add every single person to that Google Doc and share that outline and build it together and grow, so that they can just go back and copy and paste. And then you can just go and share the whole thing in your team page and be like, hey, go use this if you need one. If you're feeling stuck, here's one that worked well for me. And you guys, the number one thing is like working together. It's my favorite thing. I've told all of my coaches when I first started, Jamie, love her to death, and she's admitted it, like, her challenge groups were not good. I literally was like the only person posting in the challenge groups, and I was like, Jamie, I love you, and like, I know you know what you're doing, but what is this? And I remember her like apologizing for her group just not being good. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to go and do my own. And I did my own challenge groups by myself for a long time, which is fine. Some people love flying solo. Fly solo, girl. If you just want to fly free and do your own thing, so be it. But I love working with other people. It makes it fun because I love new ideas. I'm really good at getting stuck in my own head, and Sarah wants it this way, and I'm going to do it this way. But I love being creative. And the only way, the easiest way for me to do more of that is to bring in more brains, more people. Like, what sounds fun to you? And like, what would be fun for you? And like, what would be a really cool prize we could do? And it takes some of the stress and just some of like, that extra work off, because you're working together and you're each maybe just taking a week instead of you taking the whole entire month. So if that's something you're wanting to do, reach out to whoever your coach is and, ask them. I have all of my girls in a chat thread. If my girls are working the business, it's just our business builder chat thread, and anyone under me, anyone under them, they're all in there. And like a lot of them are like linking arms, and it's really cool. It's really cool to see. And now I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go see what their groups are about. Like, please add me so I can snoop. Okay, I'm going to show you Jen's really quick because I'm kind of obsessed. Sherry messaged me. Okay, so I love it. She always changes her cover photo. Super freaking cute. Right now it's called The Scorch. She wanted to really create like a gym feel. So like you're a part of the Scorch, which is really freaking sweet. And right now, one thing I love that she did, it's called, so she does daily check-ins, and you know what? It works for her. It works for her and it works for her group, and they have so much fun doing these, and I love seeing them. So they've been doing, I think they just started this, but it's called the Scorch Trials, and it's like a little fitness challenge, like nothing crazy, something that they can do. And like, you guys, 18 comments. Like, whoops, hold on. Like, they're all doing this. Her like, I'm like, this is awesome, because sometimes I could post something like this and I'm like the only one that does it, and I'm like, what in the freak? Like, what's wrong? Nothing. This is just her people. Like, this is what's working for her people. Little fun daily check-ins, you guys, things that aren't fitness related. This is the fun stuff. This is stuff I need to do more of, because I'm like, I love this. Like, I want to vote on this and be a part of this. They're doing like a this or that right now. Like, and her girls are just like showing up and they're on fire. Waffles, for sure. Waffles or pancakes? Comment in the comments. Where are my waffle girls? They did a little drawing. So I believe it's like a wheel of names. If you go to Google and type that in, it's a really fun way for you to like draw the winner. You just type in their names and like click the middle of it, and it spins and it stops on someone's name. It's totally free. It's so much fun. I love it. Even when I'm not, the winner or the person being chosen, I'm like, who's going to win it? I love it. So I just wanted to give you guys another example of like some check-ins that aren't fitness, but like, okay, 63 check-ins. Okay, clearly something's working. And cupcakes. How did you make it? That's just mean. Cupcakes or chocolate? I can't choose. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to see what you guys have to say, and I haven't been able to see the chat at all. Dang. 26. I better see lots of people who said waffles, or I'll be sad. Let's see. Breadcrumbing is everything. It really is. Because you have to give them that taste, like just going to the invite every single time. There's a book called like Jab Jab, like Right Hook. Is that what it's called? Am I saying it right? We put it in the chat. Am I saying it wrong? Anyways, it's basically about this, like sprinkle, 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 like bam, like come join me. Like if you're just constantly punching people in the face, like they can't concentrate and they're going to walk away eventually, right? It's too much. It's just too much. So yes, breadcrumbing is so important. My girls actually love that I call them out. Yes, love this. Snacks, yes. Great group setups. Yes, what Sherry said, the best way you guys to be successful at your groups is to create groups that help you solve your own struggle. 100%. Because then, yeah, you're way more apt to just be more engaged and be more a part of it. I am every single time. I need to make it easy for them. Yes. And prizes are everything. 100 million %. I love them. Let's see. Yes, I feel like I'm still learning how to run better groups. And it takes time, you guys. I didn't come out of this like knowing how to run a perfect group, and there is no perfect group. You're going to run groups that are on fire, and you're going to run groups where you hear crickets. And that's just what happens. And you just fail forward and you do something different next time. I try to do something a little bit different in every single group. It might not be like drastically different, but is this going to work? Are they going to hate this? Is it going to get even more quiet? Okay, then I need to switch something again. That's so fun. Can you share that board as a baseline? Which one? Jennifer has the game board and I have, she already shared it. I'm behind. To mess with that understanding. If you would like I did a team call on Canva. If you go to my YouTube page, I don't know if I uploaded it yet. I will go check, but we did one on Canva. I mean, you can go to YouTube and you can type in like basics of Canva, but I did one like specific to coaching and like creating cover photos. So I'll go double check that it's uploaded. If it's not, I have it. I just need to put it on there. Pancakes, Amy, you're on my team. What the heck? I'm just kidding. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I failed so many times until it just clicked. It takes time, you guys. And I think the magic is when you just start showing up as a leader, just being that constant for those people and just showing up like a boss and making it fun. You guys, fun, like the fun is number one. Like if it's fun, people will show up. They will come. Oh, sweet. I need to figure it out for sure. Oh, I love word swag. No, that is a great, thank you. I love word swag too. Anything simple, like all of my little welcome things or even things that I shoot in like my coach chats. Like I love word swag. It's super easy. So no, that is it's a great app to share 100%. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? I talked really fast. I feel like the Energize helped. I feel so much better. I'm going to be up for a while. I have never personally, I have. I've used Over for different fonts. They have really cool fonts and they have a transparent background that you can put things on too, which is really fun. Any questions at all? If you guys haven't run a free group, comment down below. I want to know. I know there's a lot of new girls, so I know there's a couple. But if you're needing to run one for August, yes, then we're going to run one. I want to make sure. I think running one once a month is perfect. And I don't think it means, I got you, Amy, don't worry. I don't really think there's a perfect time to run one. I think at the very beginning of the month or the very end of the month, it is a great way for Success Club either way. I mean, Team Cup is happening. If you guys are, doing Team Cup, I don't always throw my brand new girls into Team Cup. So I know there's a couple of you on here. So if you're like, what's Team Cup? A lot of you are still in your mentorship. So I don't want to like overload. But for those of you that are, I think that doing a free group at the very beginning is super freaking beneficial because then, you can go into your challenge group right after that and have people's interest and have them, they've gotten that taste. What's a good app to use to fill out that Candyland game? Jennifer can answer that. I think she used Canva a little bit, but I know she used some other things. Canva, and I think she found the game board on Google, right? Google Images. You guys, Google Images is like life. It's so good. Like I love Google Images, like any kind of background that maybe you just want to put for your challenge group. You just want a sparkly purple background and you want words, like go to Google Images and just type in like Facebook purple glitter cover photo and you can save it, literally upload it into Canva and put some words on it. There's your cover photo. Don't waste too much time with Canva because that's not, especially if you're super new and if you haven't hit Success Club, like those are really fun things and they feel good, but they're not going to get you to where you need to be if you haven't quite hit those goals for the month. But once you have, it's fun to dive into those things and it's fun to make a new coach email and it's fun to make a new client email or a getting started right guide. But you don't need those things. I tell my girls all the time, I'm like, you guys, I didn't start making those things until like over 3 years into the business. I didn't need them, but now that I am in a flow and have a system, I can play around with those things more and I can have the extras, but the extras aren't the things that are going to make you successful. I promise. Those aren't like a make or break at all. I have a lot of girls who get really caught up in that. They're like, I can't make this. And like, my pictures aren't super pretty. And I'm like, girl, that is not what's going to bring people like to you. Like, you just need to keep being you. And the more you show up and the more you talk to your people, like you guys talking in your stories, letting them learn who you are, that's what's going to bring you your people. Consistency, being yourself, and showing up. And the fluffy stuff can come later. So, okay, cool. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. I don't see any questions, but thank you guys so much for being on. I love running groups, and it's just, I mean, it's a huge part of what we do. It's like the bread and butter. So if you think of any questions after this, I am all ears, so let me know. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your night and talk to you later. Bye.